Hey everyone, it's me. Welcome back to this channel on Narcissism. And today we're going to talk about what happens in the dark side of narcissistic collapse. Let's face it, when they lose their source of supply, narcissists do not go quietly into that good night. So if you are curious what happens then to a narcissist after they have experienced collapse, stick around because we're gonna break it down. Let's start with anger and rage. Remember that the narcissist needs to be at the center of everything, right? It looks like depression because the narcissist is unable to regulate their emotions and they don't have the capacity to be able to move forward and adapt to a new reality where you are no longer in their lives, or they don't have access to the narcissistic supply that they once had. But there is a difference between depression and this. This is more like petulance, kind of like a 2-year-old who doesn't get their way. And you may see it as sullenness, withdrawal, maybe even self-harm, all of these things. And this is where the narcissistic person may isolate and withdraw. You may still see them reaching out to you, but it'll be more of the behaviors that you would see in a love bombing phase, where now they're saying all the right things, being super nice to you, love bombing you, because they want you to take them back in. They want you to give them another chance, or they may just be trying to manipulate you for some other purpose. They need to be the ones who are in control. Remember, they always want to be in control. And when they're silent, they're taking the time to figure out what happened, why they lost you, and how they can either win you back or find somebody new, preferably who is not as smart as you are. And if they do, it's only because they have to. So they're not gonna go down without taking a few people with them. And I'm curious what you experienced. If you've ever been in a situation where you witnessed narcissistic collapse, what was that like? And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And let me know what you thought about this video. Thanks again. What happened next? I'd love to hear your story. Drop it in the comments. So you may see them trying to sabotage you in some way. Maybe they can't hurt you directly, but they will try to hurt you any way they can. So revenge is something that you may see them seek out, whether it's talking to other people badly about you, showing up on social media, attacking you on social media, trying to ruin your relationships with other people, trying to harm your reputation, maybe even going after your livelihood. All of these are things that you should be aware of when you read dealing with a narcissistic person, and especially when they are collapsing. Now, sometimes that revenge may look like self-sabotage, such as substance use, risky sexual behavior, or other forms of acting out. Because again, they don't take responsibility. They don't take responsibility for their actions, so they punish themselves. So when they experience collapse, which is an anathema to them, they may lash out in ways that surprise even people who know them well. Remember, they don't do well with disappointment. And one of the things that we see when someone has narcissistic collapse is disappointment. So they get angry at the world. They may lash out at people in their environment, and they may lash out at you even though you're not responsible for their collapse. But remember, the narcissist doesn't think in terms of cause and effect. They don't think in terms of, one's own actions lead to a certain set of consequences. So they will lash out, and they may use rage to try to stop that collapse or express their rage and attempt to control it by punishing others. Number 2 is revenge. One thing you got to remember about a narcissist is they don't take responsibility for anything. Then there is despair. And this may look like depression, but it's not depression. And finally, there is nothing. There is nothing worse than silence from a narcissist. When they go silent, they're regrouping. So these are 5 things that happen in the dark side of narcissistic collapse. And then please, before you go, if you liked this video, please hit that like button.